Hello, folks. Well, earlier in the week I had a procedure for the cancer I have, so back out of the forge, going to try to do just a little light work today. I'm not going to be able to do any blade work, so I'm sure the algorithm is going to hate this video. But, you know, can't do blade work all the time. Anyway, I've got some small 1/4-inch round stock. Just going to try to make something out of that. I haven't done any artistic work like that in a while. So let's go get it hot, smack it, and see what we can come up with. Okay, we're going to start out like everything else by drawing to a point. And this is just a piece of 1/4-inch round stock. I know the algorithm is going to hate this because the algorithm hates it when you do anything that's not what you normally do. And I'm not doing a blade today, so it'll just have to get over it. We are making a hook today, a heart wall hook, and I have forged it to a point, and now I am rounding that point down. Just want to do a quick little project, something I didn't have to hammer much on because I'm not really feeling great today. Now we're going to, on the other side of the same rod, we're going to hammer out another point. Draw it down square. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to knock the corners off that square to an octagon, and then I will knock off the corners of the octagon and then just planish it out round. And now I need to cut that off about 6 inches or so. So you can see I've cut it off one end off about 6 inches. Now I'm going to weld it to the parent stock. I'm going to bring that down and center that fork I've made up. It's just close. On something like this, you can spend hours trying to get things perfect. When you get to a point where things are good enough, they're good enough. Now I'm just blending in the weld. Alternating between the horn and the anvil, flat of the anvil, just blending in that weld and getting my 2 prongs of my fork the way I want them. Now that we've got that 1 prong warm, I'm just going to forge it around the horn of the anvil and just put a little curl into the end, and you can probably already tell what I'm doing here. Now we'll move over and forge the other side. Want to kind of try to make the sides match, but again, this is something you can mess with without for hours. And when you get to the point where it's good enough, it's good enough. And that's looking pretty close to good enough. Now, I've cut that off. Now I have 6 inches of round stock down here. I'm going to draw it out to a point, same way, draw it to a square point, and then knock off the corners of the square point to an octagon, and then knock off the corners of the octagon and round it out. Warm it up again. Just work those corners a little more. Make it nice and round. Now I've got to pick a side, and I'm going to hang that tip off the far side of the anvil and work it down and just curl it under. Just make a neat little scroll right there on the end. I'm going to go back to the horn and just bring that scroll around to make our hook. Person could hang a pot on this in the kitchen. They could hang a coat on it. Little hooks are just neat for all kinds of things. I have a ball punch here. The end of the punch is just worked down sort of round, and I'm using it to hammer in a countersink into the body, right there at the bottom of the heart. I'm going to center punch in my countersink, drill a 3/16 hole. Okay, here we go. Here's the finished heart hook. Just a little something to hang on the wall, hang a coat on. I used to do stuff like this all the time. It's been years since I made anything like this. But since I had to stick with lighter work today, I figured why not come up with something different. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. God bless and have a great evening.